Hi there, Michael Green here, Off-Road Experience, right? I think you can see that on my shirt. I'm out in the middle of Timbuktu, literally. And we have a brand new 2025 Bronco V6-Turbo with us. Looks pretty cool. We had a nice chit-chat of the hows and whys of driving off-road, what you can do, what you shouldn't do. And we're gonna put him through an obstacle here through this wash just to show him how to walk it through with 2 feet. When I say 2 feet, people, literally that. Left foot on the brake pedal, right foot on the throttle. And if you got 3 pedals, well, then you have to get creative. Even my mother in her 80s, in her Jag what did she have? XKR8, which was a supercharged 450 horsepower monster, still drove 2-footed, which means she left foot brakes and holds the steering wheel at 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. And people say, oh, why would she do that? And why? I've never heard of such things, as some mining company executive said to me one day. So my mother was a secretary in the racing department at Aston Martin's from January 49 until August 56. So she was taught by some of the best drivers on the planet. One missed the world championship by 1 point. Okay? So she was taught how to drive and how to drive quickly. At an airfield one day, somebody said, all right, Doreen, your turn. She said, I don't know how to drive the bloody thing. And Roy Parnell says, well, you're going to learn. In the end of the afternoon, she's doing 100-mile-an-hour laps. Okay, so we're not going to be doing 100-mile-an-hour laps around Chargrove Airfield. We're going to be driving a Land Rover 110 and a new Bronco, and we're going to play and have some fun learning. Okay, so join us. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to have you just pull up towards the Land Rover there and make a quick turn, and we're going to drop off that edge nice and slow, okay? And we'll show you how to do it. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the throttle. Okay, straighten up a bit. Good, okay, come on. I'm going to jump down in here. It's deeper than it looks. Okay, just keep going straight. Slow down, stop. Now, if you look, your tire's on the edge. So I want you to turn left, hard left. We don't want to go off this way and fall in. Yours won't, but some will, believe it or not. Or left, you're gonna point that tire to that rock, right? Right there. Okay, real slow. Real slow, yeah, just walk the thing down. There you go. And you're in low range, right? Thought we double check this. There you go. Real slow. Whoa. Okay, whoa, don't panic, stop. Real slow. Wow, see, now stop. Look at this. Open the door and see how far the tire's off the ground. Right? So you got all suspension is tied up, and when you felt like it was going to go, by letting off the pedals just for a split second, let it roll, it got rid of all that, went right out the window because it changed the load the opposite direction. You see the guys on YouTube, right, and going over on their heads, it's because they panicked. And then they go, oh, lock the wheels. No, wrong answer. All right, real slow because you got to let the back end drop down now, okay? Hang on, I'll get around the back here so I can spot it. Okay, you got about 1.5 feet. Straighten up to the right a bit. Whoa, there you go, look at that. Perfect, over onto that dirt road, turn left. Keep going. There you go. I'm gonna fall on my head walking through these rocks. Okay, left turn. Okay, now you can go back to high range because we're gonna turn right there in a second, and you can run 45, 55 miles an hour for a little bit till you see my hand come out the window and go like that and then slow down, okay? Well, that was entertaining. You can see him parked over there, watching the Bronco suspension move, and the weight shift over was entertaining. That was a new piece for him. He's never done this before. Moved here from Chicago. I think everything out there's flat or wet, isn't it? So anyway, stay tuned. We're heading north now.
Sunny continued walk there, about 84.
Yeah, you heard the weather report, 84. Fabulous road, yes. Absolutely still earlier. Now we got about a 10-12 mile an hour cross breeze going, which is okay because it keeps the dust off of me, see? This is a really fast road for the most part. You've seen some of my other films when I'm on this road in the past. Who's the tire tracks here? I hope they haven't been going up and down that. That'll upset BLM to no end. We used to call that cardboard hill, meaning you can go up on a piece of cardboard. You know, with your piece of cardboard, you have to slide it down like you did as a kid. If you did that as a kid, no? Oh well, you missed out. Anyway, this is a fast piece of road. Never come down it fast if you don't know what it's like, because bad rains can open up a huge hole that can swallow a car. If you're going to play rally driver, you better go reconning from one end to the other, and then make sure there's nobody else around. Now, it's only for the smart and the brave, not the obnoxious and stupid. Anyway, that's it. We'll get you up to the next obstacle here. All right, nice little bumpy descent. Exposure on the left, as we say, which means there's a drop. Lots of erosion holes along here. You want to keep the wheels out, so stay to the right. Every time you hit a bump there, or a whoop-de-doo as we call them, is where a rainstorm moved the earth further down the hill, comes over the road, and we have to drive over it. So you want to get the braking done before you get there. Let off the brakes and just roll over it. Let the suspension do the work. If it's really bad, slow down more. You'll get your car figured out. We're both in high-range four-wheel drive right now. Uh-oh, car. Past some guys there. Imagine those guys on Nevada Trophy. I don't think they'd make it through the night, those things. Those things aren't as durable as you think. And more equipment, recovery gear, navigation equipment, clothes for bad weather, food. I think you're going to have a rough time running one of those into the dark on Nevada Trophy. Especially if it starts snowing. You can turn into a popsicle. I'd be surprised how fast I could go down here in we had a Range Rover and a Discovery one time all set up as with all the Paris Dakar suspension stuff. quad shocks in the back. Everything was Bell-Seen, special springs. Land Rover kept quiet. A little extra punch under the hood. And mind you, I've been driving on this exact road since 1995. Other roads here as early as 81, which are on the other side of that mountain range, and in some places since 77. Oh yeah, I'm one of these guys that can drive out here in the dark and know where I'm going. I'm also the guy that if something really bad happens, I usually get a phone call. That seems to have dwindled over the years, I think, because the internet, the instant communication with the telephones, with their cell phones and things. So anyway, you come out in these places, make sure you tell somebody where you're going before you go, okay? And never travel alone. Those buggies going the other way, one good hit, and that's where it's staying, is out here. You'll have to come in with a truck and a trailer to get it, tow it out. Anyway, we're coming up to some more obstacles, and we'll get on that and pick it up. Okay, well, used to be a sign here, and I think I've said it before, I'll say it again. Somebody stole it, actually. You used to be able to see it because it had a high-powered orange reflector on it at night. You could spot it from miles back. Used to sit in one of these bushes on the left here. Somebody picked it up and threw it across the wherever, stole it. But it said on it, Gulford Bypass. So, I don't see BLM out here or mining companies fixing these roads, which they're supposed to keep maintained. They've been out here 30 years. All right, hang on. I gotta go talk to my Bronco. Okay, we want to not miss him, so. No, I'm not in low range, we don't need it. Just... All right. We'll just take you with me, how about that? Okay, here we go. More fun games here. This all got washed out. We've been here before. It's always a fun little obstacle. Customers like it. The original road's just blown to pieces. There was a piece there where somebody put a new road through, couldn't get through. Oh, I love it. See, here's what we call total stupidity. So I'm going to get out and show my customer this too. Check this out. You'll see why I'm laughing, okay? What do I see? Wow, somebody went up there, came in here too fast. You can see the tire marks here. Went up, stopped, backed up, ripped off his spoiler. See what somebody did? paying attention, lock the wheels up. You can see where the tires are skidding up the other side, right?
Yep.
Then stopped, then backed out and ripped the spoiler off. And of course, he didn't tread lightly. And BLM would be very upset to find that piece of plastic out of here, so we'll take it with us.
All right. Yeah.
Isn't that comical? You know, one blink of inattention
Yeah.
and you're in a hole, right?
Real quick.
Yeah. Kind of comical. Anyway, let me get rid of the camera here and we'll dispose of the plastic. Well, okay, you saw us. We picked up the spoiler. If this was Nevada trophy season, we would have made a trophy out of that and gave it away to somebody to hang on their wall. Anyway, here we go. Somebody was cranking along a little too fast. Pickup truck would be my guess. Why you have to have a spoiler on the front of a pickup truck is beyond me. Especially one that's four-wheel drive, right? Maybe the major truck manufacturers should pay attention, but they don't. Yeah, I can't believe what meant this is. The weather's just stunning. When you're out here at this time of the year, which is still spring, make sure you got clothes with you just in case. You know, the weather could turn on you in an instant. I don't have any snow gear with me today, but I got a rain suit in the back. I got a waterproof jacket, my regular off-road experience jacket, 2 pairs of shoes, extra underwear and stuff in case you fall down and got wet. I mean, you know, it's just you got to carry it. And you're not on the news. And if you are on the news, you're the one that saved the ones that got themselves in trouble. We're going a little different route today. Oh, I was here 2 weeks ago. Definitely has been rain here since. Not a tire track to be had, as you can see. Maybe one motorcycle tire from a week ago, 4 or 5 days ago, something like that. Remember many times, many years ago, we come out here, found a pickup truck, abandoned. We look it over. Nobody touched it. The battery was still on it. Everything. We opened the hood and we looked it over. And a long time ago. I mean, the cell phone was almost as big as a regular phone, and so we knew that there was no cells in here. So we got a regular camera out. Not all the cameras you're all spoiled with now. Photographed the truck license plate, wrote it down, and beat feet. So when we got back into town that night, we stopped the sheriff's office. Said, "You looking for a pickup truck?" He says, "What kind of pickup truck?" "Look, somebody else has come through here and done something stupid. Look at this." Huh. Maybe this is the guy with that buggy we passed. Odd. Very odd. I think it's the guy in the pickup truck again. And right there, hit again. Somebody's just driving too fast. Anyway, the sheriff said, "Yeah, we are looking for a truck. We were looking for a girl, but we found the girl." Okay. So why is the truck out there? And then they started telling us a story, which I will not relate. One of those bad family things. I mean, here's the truck way out here. So, and then I think I've said it on another video that we were hired to find a guy and his daughter in a Cub aircraft, you know, two-seater bush plane, and we were out here for a few days, 3 of us, trying to find anything and everything. Found no trace. We're out some weeks later, farther east, coming down from Jarbidge, Nevada. That was the other flight path, was that area. And didn't find them, mainly because it was dark by then. We headed for the barn, and just as I said what happened. Come hunting season in September, hunters out of Elko on horseback spotted the plane in a tree, and sadly they were still in it. It's wild country out here, people, and I hope the state of Nevada will keep it that way and not this constant expansion of Reno, which has just gone berserk, and towns like Fernley. Lovelock is dead as a dodo. The freeway, as you see one of my train videos talking about it, the biggest problem there was they put the freeway around the towns, and that killed Lovelock completely. Anyway, there's a waypoint for Nevada Trophy coming up here, and that isn't it in front of me, but we're close enough. And we called it Everest because we had to climb to the top, Pyro and I. Boy, oh boy, it sure felt like you were going up Everest. And no matter which road you came in on with your GPS, it was quarter of a mile, quarter of a mile, quarter of a mile in all four directions. You couldn't get at it. So the trick was, A, blow it off. B, because it had a lot of points and people get greedy. Somebody got it. All right, so we just switched to low range. Front and rear axles are unlocked. No reason to lock them. Haven't been in here in a while, so we're gonna peter through here. Second gear. I told Bronco, try second, try third, see what it does. You can even go to first if you want. The problem with first is so low, it doesn't do anything. It just induces wheel spin. We just want to crawl around. Hang on, I gotta get out and look. Haven't been here, don't want to be falling in a hole. If you go through something like this, swoops, don't go up. Let it roll. Woo! Okay, so we're gonna go down this. It looks worse than it is. Whee! Hang on. Yeah, piece of cake, see? Piece of cake, piece of cake, piece of cake. I don't want cake, rather have pie, as they say, right? All right, here we go. It's a neat place to learn in. We used to run a special task crew here, Nevada Trophy. So you had to do a lap on the trophy course, and this is one of the trophy courses. This was the most used and the one was the favorite. Rule was fastest time wins, period. You're restricted to low range, and there's 5 obstacles along the way. And in each obstacle, navigator would most likely have to get out to perform with others, whatever, can't even say it, would have to get out and perform whatever stupidity the marshal at that place had come up with. So there would be a tire in the road, for example, and a navigator would have to bail out, pick up the tire, run it up the wash to a stake in the ground that was back there. Once it was there, run back, get in the car. The marshal would not let the car go until you had seatbelt on. Then you'd get down here, and Peter would be down here with a bucket and a shovel. Navigator get out and have to fill the bucket with dirt as fast as they can, tow it to the top, and then go over to the X place and dump it. Put the shovel in the bucket back exactly where it was found, get in the car, seatbelt on, take off again. Another place we had a spot through a bad obstacle. It was quite funny. And some of the people were hysterical when one of the girls, Lori, doesn't pick up the wheel and roll it. She picks it up under her arm and runs up the wash and then chucks it. And guys are going, holy shit, did you see this girl? She just picked up that damn Land Rover wheel. Yeah, that's what happens when you pick up bales of hay all day, you know? Anyway, not too blown out in here. Nobody's been in here in a while. Looks like a dirt bike some time ago. Yeah, it's 2 dirt bike prints, but they're old. Whoa, big rock. Oh yeah, no one's been down here with a car in a long time. Lots of erosion in here. A lot of critters too. You're going off-road, people. It's that time of year when Mr. Rattlesnake wakes up. And Mrs. Rattlesnake too. Be careful. Always watch where you're walking. Never walk through a sagebrush, go around it, and drag your feet. Snakes will feel you coming and they will leave. They don't want to mess with you. Look at this. This ought to be okay. Oh. Wow. Look at that. I'm going to move the car here and then run back with the camera real quick. Well, I guess not. He's already behind me. All right. Well, we're hitting another obstacle here in the road. As you can see, the wash is all blown out from water over the years. But whoever we're following, I would say this was 5 days ago, maybe last weekend. Somebody came around the corner. It's the same guy that we got the spoiler from. And came down, hit bottom down there, and hit with a bang. Came to a stop, as you can see it. And these 2 piles here was him trying to reverse. And by looking at it, it's 2-wheel drive. Because there's no front tire spin marks. Either that or he didn't know which lever to button to push. This truck's getting worse and worse down the road, so I'm maybe wondering if we're going to catch up with this truck and find it somewhere. So we'll find out a little bit. And the wind is blowing, so now coming around there, you just want to keep a little speed. Momentum will get you done. All right? Okay. That's how steep that is. See? Ta-da! Now I gotta walk out. We're about to make an ascent, a pretty long one. We've gone over the rules, and we're going up that, way up the top. And that ain't the top, that rock there. It's still gonna go over and keep on going. So we'll take you for a ride here in the Land Rover. And let's get you plugged in. My God, Saturday. You know what sucks about Saturday afternoon at 4:30? I have to go home tonight. Why? Well, I have to. I had more customers out here. I could play all day tomorrow. But the last thing you want to be up here is having to battle traffic Sunday going home. I hate traffic. So, low range, second gear. Rear diff locked. And away we go. We call it the roller coaster. You've seen it before. It had rain on it. We don't know what it's like now. Seatbelts are on. I can go to third through here, easy peasy. I got more suds and grunt than I know. And just rattle along across this ridge. Don't go through here if this is exceedingly muddy, because you'll be down in either that ditch or the one on the right side. All right, you see it out ahead, how steep it is. As usual, camera does not do it justice. If you listen to the car and you'll know. All right, we're gonna get up here, we're gonna make a right turn. And there's a tight left. You cannot stop on it. The grip level is not very good because of the little rolly rocks. So we're still in third gear. So we're gonna go second now. Big hole, that's new. 3,000 plus RPM. There's some grip now, look at that. She's trying to spin the tires, but there we go, she's hooked up. Yeah, no spinning, she's just going up. Hey, okay, that was the bad part. Just lay back in the seat. 34, 3,500 RPM, second gear. Let her drag it all the way to the top. No use trying to play rally driver with the grade. This thing is steep. You know, you're coming up here quick. Dirt bike. We go down the other side so you can use the engine braking to slow it. See, I just left the throttle and the thing goes so slow that it's too slow. Put some throttle on it. Okay, going down. Here we go. Whee! Into the trough. $4,000 second gear. Now down to 35. We go up again. Keep your thumbs out of the inside of the steering wheel. Catch a rock, takes off your thumb. Especially if you don't have platter steering. Up over the top. Rocks everywhere. So what do you do about rocks, people? Don't use the sidewalls. That's the vulnerable part. This is rocky. I'm going to keep the speed down. 3,000 second gear. Just let it dog down. 22, 2,300. Keep speed right off here. It is just, yep. Whee. Come up here too quick on a motorcycle and you don't know what you're doing. You're going to be wearing these things in your face and in your arms. You'll get hurt up here. Imagine the guy that was trying to mine up here in the old days. Jesus Christ. There's a mining marker post here, very old. It doesn't have a tag or anything on it anymore. It did 30-something years ago. You could open the bottle and they'd tell you who his claim it was. And then if you're real lucky, if it was really old, it would have an old Prince Albert tobacco can, and you open the lid in the can and have the guy's claim. I actually have one of those at home with the claim in it. It's fantastic. Turn of the last century. This gets steep. Here we go. Now I got to get up here. Come on, baby. Up you go. And run back before tires up here. Someone was spinning the tires up here. Look at that. That was dumb. No use in spinning tires. No reason for it. All right, let's run back. Here comes the dust. There you go. Hi, I hope you've enjoyed the Bronco film that we've just put up. And it was kind of an entertaining day. That was a V6 turbocharged automatic vehicle. It had some good qualities. It had a couple of bad, being the steering gear on the front. The steering gear on the front is rack and pinion. Naughty, naughty, Ford. You and the Raptors have created a big problem in that drivers tend to abuse the car sometimes. And if you try banging the front end of one of these into a set of rocks to try to get up it, to no avail, you will bust off the ends of the steering rack and you'll have no steering. And then you got to call somebody like Trailmater to come out and weld the damn thing back together just to get it out of there. There's tricks to driving these things and keeping them in one piece. Hence, come to my class, right? Offroadexperience.com, sign up, bring the family, etc. Anyway, you're going to see that on our journey here, and we talk about it, and we find a spoiler in the road and marks in the road, and we come to the conclusion this guy was driving, or girl, was driving a two-wheel drive because there are only two wheels that were, putting power to the ground that we could find, or it was a four-wheel drive and they didn't know how to drive it. Wouldn't be the first time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the film. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends. We got to make this YouTube channel move. Okay, please. And hope you sign up and we see you on the next trip. Bye-bye.